Alright, you guys, welcome back to Janie's Crazy Life. But let me show you what I gotten myself into, okay? It's not my original one I was going to purchase, but I have this crazy idea to basically build out a minivan and travel in it so I can stealth park. So I can park any place and nobody will know I'm sleeping in a van. Originally I was going to do it with a older van that almost looks like a conversion van, but I couldn't get the title for it as there was a title issue. The guy just couldn't get the title. So I gave up on that. And then I went looking at cargo vans and I really could not find something in the price range I wanted to spend that wasn't really beat up. I found one, but it was in an accident, even though they kept saying it wasn't at the Ford dealership. But the price was right. But there was dents in it that were pointing out on both fenders, like it had a front end collision and it had crinked the fenders out. And the door jambs were popped. So that had to have been in an accident, and the mileage was really low. But when I had given up kinda and decided I would make do with my Transit Connect, even though I didn't get as much space because I wasn't going to take the seats out, I had texted someone about a vehicle, kind of forgot about it for a minute, but then they contacted me back because it had only been on the market for a day or two. It has low mileage. It's a 2007 Chevy Uplander with only like 108,000 miles or 110,000 miles. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you, because one row of seats is already out. I got to get them from the guy because he took them out already. And I already popped the two back seats out. But let me turn you around and show you. Okay, you guys, this is what I got. She doesn't, I say she, doesn't look bad at all. Let me show you the front end of it. This is the front end. This is this side. I can show you. See, it looks really good. I got to clean the carpet a little bit. He said he spilt right there. He said he spilt something since he had it and he was trying to get it up. But see, it doesn't look bad at all. The seats are in really, really good shape. I'm still going to upholstery clean everything just so it's my dirt. And then, ouch, those freaking ants. See, the seats just came right out of these grooves. They were easy. I got these out myself. So I just got to put them in the barn. But I got all this space to work with. Let me show you from the back side. Ouch, just pinched my finger. I got all this space to work from. Right now my thought process is the bed will go across the back of the front two seats, because I want to be able to climb into the cab area, cockpit area, if I felt like I was in a bad position. And I'm thinking about building a countertop on this back section that I can access from inside or outside, because a lot of the van builds have their kitchens facing out like a teardrop camper does, so they can come outside, stand underneath the tailgate and cook their dinner or whatever. I don't necessarily want to do that, but if I was in a campground or something, I could do that. So I don't want to block that access either, because that's my that's my jack there. So I got to remember not to block that access. What's this? Oh, there's another outlet. Good. There's another 12-volt outlet right there. I wonder if there was another 12-volt outlet. I was hoping, because at least when I thought about doing this with my Transit Connect, I had 3 outlets, power points, but I'm glad there's another power point there because my solar batteries are going to go here, someplace here, my solar generators, and I can charge them up while I am driving. So that kind of tells me that my solar generators can go here in the build. That way I can plug them in as I drive to charge them up if the solar is in. Solar is going on top. So I'm putting solar on top. But I don't think I did too bad. Originally I was going to put the bed down behind the passenger seat. But I think it would be better to put it along the 2 seats. I don't need a huge bed. I know I'm not a tiny girl, but I don't need a huge bed. I think if my bed came out to about here, I just need to sleep. It's not the width, it's the comfort of the mattress. So even if I brought the mattress, even made the bed as wide as the door frame here, I could still have plenty of bed, because this is from sliding door to sliding door. It is 5 feet. I am 5'2", and I curl when I sleep. I curl up. So I am thinking a 5-foot bed, or a 4-foot 10-inch bed is more than enough. And then I would have from like here, from these parts where the tire well starts, where the seatbelt comes out, I'd have all that to build a shelf back there. Possibly, put a little cushion ottoman there, because I have one now. Put a little cushion ottoman there so I could sit on it but I don't know. I'll figure it out. I just know right now the bed will go to about here, which I have to do better measurements later. But just from, it's hard to do this with one hand. Just from basically door frame to door frame, that gives me like a 32 wide bed. 32 wide bed, or at least 30 inches wide. You know, that's not bad. That's not bad. I want to see if I can find one of those chairs that fold up into a bed, those foam chairs, and put that on a small platform, because I'm thinking I could build the platform. It can't be any higher than I think the seats, because I have to sit in the front seat and see how much headroom I have, because I have a little more headroom back here. But I'm thinking I can build the platforms big enough that I can put 1 to 2, you know those 3 drawer systems, plastic drawers, they usually are white. They have them in colors now. I'm thinking I could put at least 3, I can put at least 3 drawers, and that would be all the clothing I would really kind of need. I could put, you know, enough clothes underneath the bed that I could have, because I don't need a lot of clothes. It's just me. I really only need bras, panties, and leggings and t-shirts and a couple pairs of jeans. You know, you don't need a crap load of clothes. This is not necessarily called a luxury thing. The whole concept of me doing this is so that I can actually travel the U.S. a little bit and see things. Now, I have to take it to the mechanic and have him go over it to make sure it's mechanically okay to hit the road and pay to have anything fixed. But I didn't pay that much for the van. And I was more important to me was to get a good shell. You know, you can fix almost anything. Find the right person, you can fix almost anything. I was more interested in my surroundings, my shell, because my shell is what's going to keep me safe. I didn't want a lot of bells and whistles per se, because again, bells and whistles go bad. I thought I was going to have to like take this plastic stuff off and gut it right down. But I'm not going to, because really all I would be gaining, and yes, some people would say it was prime real estate. I would just be gaining maybe 6 more inches total by taking 6. Okay, maybe 6. How much would I be gaining? But you still would have to insulate it and stuff. And they already make cars somewhat noise proof because they just do. So I don't know how many inches I would be saving. Let me see if I can pull this out. I know I'm shaking you guys all around. I would be gaining, okay, I'd be gaining 16 inches. I know some people would say that, but I wouldn't be gaining 16 inches because I still would have to put up something along it, along it all. I still would have to put in insulation, and I would still have to put some sort of wall covering. So really probably all I would be getting is maybe 6 to 8 inches. And I am willing not to have 6 to 8 inches to be able to keep this and still have it look decent. See, the headliner's not bad either. There's one smudge there. Those vents, the AC does come out of them, so it has air in back. So the moment I stop driving, I have a zero breeze air conditioner, which I will figure out how to vent that thing out. That I will figure out how to do. I will have, maybe I might have to have someone help me put a hole in the roof for that. So I will be venting that out somewhere. I might even be able to just vent it out one of the back windows, because the back windows are the old-fashioned pop the window out. So I might be able to vent the air conditioner out the back windows. That might be a plus to having the windows that pop out. Because I won't be traveling alone. I'll be traveling with a dog. So I'm not worried about that. So I might be able to just put a piece of hardcore board in that back window and put my hose vent for my zero breeze air conditioner right there, because my air conditioner will be plugged into my solar energy generator, my solar power generator that I got. So my goal right now is I'm going to the tag office now to tag it. It's Saturday. There is a tag facility open. I'm going to go tag the vehicle. I've insured it. I'm going to wait. Monday I got to call my mechanic and have him check it out, and hopefully he doesn't tell me I was a fool. If they haven't thought I'm crazy by now, they're going to eventually. And then I will put plywood down on the floor. I'm going to go get it cut for 5 feet wide, and whatever the length is. And then I'm going to come in here and lay down newspaper and make a template so that I can lay it down on the 5 feet cut. And I can actually zigzag it out, zigsaw it out, because I got a zigzag somewhere. And then I can tile this. I can tile the plywood. I might have to put something under here to make this higher up, because I think the back is just a little bit higher. But I can put another piece of plywood underneath or something. But I'm gonna put I'm gonna actually tile it so it's easy to keep it clean. But I don't want to pull the carpet up, because again, carpet is installation, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. As far as these seat belts go, I hate to actually remove a seat belt, but if I can remove the seat belts, I'm going to remove the seat belts. I just have to decide whether or not I'm going to do that. I really hate to cut anything out of it, but at the same time, I don't need them. So if I can at least get them off of that, if I can at least lower them and put them down against this and have them out of way, that would be great. Because actually, I might be able to reuse these bolt holes to anchor something up here. So see, I got ideas. I've been watching videos for, I don't know how long I've been watching videos. So this is just the van I got, and my ideas for my van camper, my minivan camper build. So that I as a single woman, but I want to make it so that somebody else could stay with me too. That is why I'm thinking of putting the bed here. Because if I put the bed here and I only put one rack of shelves back there, I will have all this open area here where the third row seat would have been, to put down more cushions so that if my daughter goes with me on a trip, the two of us could squeeze up in here. We'd be touching each other and giggling and making noises throughout the evening, but we could. And also too, if I decide to get a bigger dog to travel with me, I could have a bigger dog. So this is my crazy plan. It's not the original van I wanted, like I said, and I've spent days and days and days and days and days looking. I spent a long time looking at vans, but physically going out, I went and looked at all my different options. My son will joke around and tell you, because I made him go with me one day, and he said to his dad when we got home, he's like, we went to like 20 different car lots, he says, and we looked at one white van, and we looked at another white van, and we looked at another white van, and we looked at this other white van, and then we went over and saw this other white van, and then if she saw one on the side of the road and said, oh, there's a van, we stopped and looked at that white van. So, am I nervous about doing this? No. I am not nervous about traveling by myself. Am I nervous about doing it? I'm going to say a little bit, only because, let me turn you guys around. I'm not nervous about going on the road by myself, because life is too short. I already know that. Life is too short. Mom and I got the Transit Connect, and we attempted to sleep in it one time. But it's the problem with what the Transit Connect is the second row seats are a foot drop down than the third row seats. So by the time you lay the seats down and they're hard to get out. Oh, the seats are hard to get out. By the time you lay them down, you lose the thickness of the seat, which is like 10 inches. So you have very little head space between the floorboard and the head. That's why when we bought it, we took out the seat, because it seats 3 on the back seat, the second row seat, but we actually took out the little half, because it was like a 40-60. We took out the little half so you can just climb in and out of the thing, because it was tight fittings. So that's the reason why I didn't really want to do it to that, even though I was going to attempt it, because my Aunt Susie said I should at least do the trip with something I already have, rather than, because I almost traded in my Transit Connect for a Nissan NV200, but I would have lost so much in the trade. But gambling on this vehicle, because it did not cost me a lot, you always have to do mechanical maintenance to a vehicle. So if it costs me just a little bit to get it road safe and ready, everything is there. It just might need a good tune-up. It might need a AC. The AC works. It might just need an AC charge up, that kind of thing. So it's like I'm not really worried about all of that on the vehicle, if that makes sense, because like I said, you can fix things. So yeah, this is my latest newest endeavor that I'm about to get myself in. I'm hoping the build won't take long. It's all on the mechanic, because like I said, if I have bought myself a lemon, I will sell it for half of what I paid for it or something, and let people know what I found out was wrong with it, or I will give it away, one or the other. I don't know. So that is it for now. I will, as I start to work on it, I'll update you guys on the van build, the minivan van build. But until then, as I always say, enjoy the craziness of life, because you just don't know when you'll laugh about it and when you're telling a friend. So you might just laugh about it. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.